Bonjour. Bonjour et bienvenue. I'm going to turn into English. We have lots of our colleagues traveling from around the world to be here with us. I'm really pleased to welcome you in sunny Montpellier. It's our 37th edition. And this year we're very happy because it's in the middle of the DigiWorld week, something we started last year with the help of the European Commission, the region, where we have 40 sessions, plenty of things. So we have a terrific program. We have absolutely fantastic speakers. We start yesterday with Jimmy Wales. But before we start, I'd like all of us to stand up. We've been hurted in our blood, soul, in this tragedy last Friday. Many of you, I know, had friends, victims of this tragedy. So I would like all of us, as a community, to observe 1 minute of silence. Thank you. Thank you. As you know, at IDATE, every year, we try to anticipate the future, not to shape it, it's not our business, but we try to anticipate. On this slide, you have the last 10 themes of the conference. Remember, last year was Mobility Reloaded. We had digital gold mines, very good for investors. We had also game changers. All those themes were presented here, and I'm happy and very proud to say that we have anticipated what's going on. And this year, the theme is mobility first. Digital first. Too much tease on this slide. And in fact, every day in our life, usage, in our business, whatever, the digital transformation of our world is really changing the way we operate, communicate, and live. So we wanted this year to have a holistic approach, including all the aspects of the transformation, not only the telecoms, but also all the aspects. One thing I want to remind is this is our 37th edition. So I think we are the oldest, full of energy, passion, and of course, focus on future, but we are the oldest conference in this matter. I'm very proud to be there. And for me, this is my 5th time opening this edition because my friend Yves GASSOT, the CEO, has renewed my contract every year to be the chairman of IDATE. So thank you, Yves. Yesterday, we had a fantastic speech, conversation, exchange with somebody who has changed a little bit the world, Jimmy Wales with Wikipedia. And I was very pleased because in France, we are very proud. Sometimes too much, by the way, a bit arrogant. But encyclopedia was invented here with Diderot. We had Larousse, Encyclopédie Universalis. And what Jimmy did is just taking a traditional business, scaling it with the web, and changing totally the approach we have with knowledge. Knowledge was something was kept for us before, and knowledge now is something that the people share. It has changed the world, the life, the way we operate, and also the relationship we have with knowledge. He did a lot of quotes, and what was great last evening, there was a lot of entrepreneurs that were there, and they were all listening him like God. he gave some tips. One thing which was really relevant to me, I spent 4 years in Silicon Valley many years ago, is about Europe. The French BFM TV said, "La France a tout pour réussir." France has everything to succeed. And he told us yesterday, Europe has everything to succeed in digital. It has to be more confident with its strengths. And he was thinking about our capacity to deal with failure. In the US, in the West Coast, in the Silicon Valley, failure is part of a journey. And if you don't fail, you cannot win. And his remarks were very, very provocative, of course, but very inspiring for all of us, where sometimes failure puts you out of the system. So Jimmy, thank you. He's not here with us today, but it was a great start. I'm not going to go through all the programs, but we have lots of sessions. We have panels, we have discussions, we have plenty of various and fantastic speakers as well. But I'm not going to go through all the details, but I'd like to welcome now Marjorie PAILLON. Marjorie has been with us for the 2nd year in a row. You can applaud for our friend Marjorie.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm really, really happy to be here with you for a second time here in Montpellier for the DigiWorld Summit. And yeah, it was an amazing session yesterday afternoon with Jimmy Wells. And we have an amazing program upcoming for the 2 upcoming days for you. Digital first, you say, but actually how the traditional players do challenge or are challenged by the disruptors. That's what we're about to see together.
Absolutely, big program.
Yeah, but before you go, I think we still have time to talk about IDATE's team members.
Absolutely. And Marjorie, thank you very much. For those who do not know Marjorie, she's an anchor at France 24, France Culture, and many radio, and very pleased to be with us today.
Thank you. So what about those teams? What about IDATE?
So IDATE is a non-profit organization founded 37 years ago. We do 3 things, in fact. We are a kind of observatory. We produce reports, database, and those numbers, figures, whatever you call that, charts, are really the real things. We try to provide to our community industry what's going on right now. It's a very accurate picture. We do also consulting services, market analysis. We work a lot with regulatory environment, with European Commission on infrastructure, and we do a lot of events as well. We have a program. So we have had roughly 50 events this year, 33 breakfasts in our club in Paris, London, and Brussels. We have lots of events also to launch the book, as an example. One thing also which has lots of success are our collaborative research program. And yesterday, Jimmy Wells talked about open innovation, sharing knowledge. And those 4 programs are fantastic because you put in the same room the enemy. The guy they cannot stand, during the day, but they put their weapons, they discuss, and they try to share the ideas, the constraint, and it's a fantastic program.
So you're like the UN of telcos.
Yeah, absolutely. And we spent 10 minutes yesterday with Jimmy to talk about that because he thought it was a brilliant idea, and coming from him, it was a fantastic compliment. One thing also we've done this year is to replicate what we do here in 3 events. The first was in London with Gavin Partison in BT. It was funny for me to be back in the theater with Gavin. Then we had a big event in Paris. We had Sébastien Bazin, we had Stéphane Richard, Maurice Lévy.
I remember that one.
Lots of people. And we ended up in Brussels with Dominique Leroy. And it was half day, it was a mini summit. It was very, very good. Last, before we get started, nothing can be done at IDATE without our members. Remember last year, I gave a challenge to Yves, GASSOT, and the team to have 50 members. We reached 50 members, but it's an M&A season. We have very smart bankers here. So every time you have a merge, you lose a member. So, this year there has been lots of members. So we have about 47 members. We still have room for 3. So come and see me, we'll discuss. But I really want to thank all our members who are here today for the support and also their contribution to what IDATE is.
And actually, to gather all those members, to coordinate all those events, and to work on these amazing studies, you need a man. And I guess the man is Yves GASSOT. Yves, please join us on stage.
The founder of IDATE.
Good
Hello,
morning
Marjorie.
to you. It's great to have you on
François.
stage.
Good morning, everyone.
And actually, so this very summit is titled Digital First. But what do you mean by that? How did you design the event? And what's coming next?
Thank you for your question, but I think that the presentation of François was very complete. I just can add 2 comments. The first one is it's without hesitation that the IDATE teams and our members have chosen the topic of this conference, of this DigiWorld Summit issue, the digital transformation. Not only to talk about the issue for the vertical new sectors involved in the digital transformation, but also to talk about the impact on the enablers of this transformation, the platforms, and the telcos, and the various IT players. The second comment in relationship with this slide is that we have extended the room and the place for dedicated forum during 2 afternoons. You will have the choice to pick up among these hot issues during the afternoon. And
we have tremendous speakers.
Yeah, we are very lucky. We have many speakers, more than 120 speakers coming from more than 100 companies, and really top-level speakers, even if there is a little impact, of course, of the tragic events of last Friday in Paris. And like every year, all the sessions and all the seminars will be introduced by the expert of IDATE.
Absolutely, and that's what we're about to do. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Of course, you'll be back on stage all along the morning for the sessions and interviews. You're released from duty.
Thank you.